Overwatch with the Overwatch Oasis stream team. We are watching Tier 3, Week 8, Corgi Core versus Valhalla. And I'm excited to have you all here with us. I've got Wolf Damos casting alongside me, and our wonderful producer, Crits, on the background. You'll probably hear all of us chime in. This is where I was expecting them to chime in.
Yeah, I'm here. Chris, can you change the title of the game? I feel like that'd be nice. Okay, later. We'll do it next map. It's fine. We got ready from both teams, and we are good to go.
Let's get into it. First map is going to Ilios.
Now arriving at Ilios.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Well, we have first map. Probably one of the most, I guess, one-sided comp maps when it comes to potentially an Orisa Hog here.
I have heard there's going to be some cheesiness going on this evening. I cannot confirm or deny my sources.
Maybe a cheeky ball. We'll see. A lot of boot potential on this map.
Indeed, indeed.
If I see a Pharah, I will be very impressed.
Ready for battle.
We do see the Pharah coming out on the side of Valhalla. Shocking. And then we're seeing Junkrat Dive coming out of the Corgi Core.
Interesting.
I don't know what they're... Well, the Corgis have traditionally had some problems with Pharahs, so I'll be interested to see what exactly goes down here. Because this comp is certainly not going to be happy to deal with.
Round 1. Capture the objective.
They're getting early shots here. We have a Reinhardt Hog here on the side of Valhalla. Very interesting choice. And the early picks on the DPS and the main tank, both DPS are down for the Corgis here, and it looks like they're trying to actually reset, maybe get a kill, and time gets pulled off, and that looks like that is going to be a reset on the side of Corgi and point given to Valhalla.
That rotation seemed really aggressive coming out of Corgi Core, really pushing into the back. And kind of leaving their rear exposed.
Are we gonna get some type of hit scan swap here for Corgi? It doesn't seem so. This Pharah will have free reign. Time is gonna have to worry about this Pharah as much as she can.
Worthy of note, DPS out of Valhalla almost at ult already. We'll probably build them in this fight, although they may not need to use them.
And the Massive Fire Strike gets 2! And the pull off the map on time again. Time survives, gets out. Tries to get the pick on Mercy. But it looks like she's gonna get DMAC. And stalled potentially. Probably a jump off the map here for a reset.
Off she goes. I'm gonna say, running into this Pharah is just so painful. And they are gonna swap to the soldier to give a little bit of pressure on it.
But no ults used here for Valhalla, so they have all their ults ready to use. We'll see what they combo here.
We do also see the tank swap coming out of Uravity, going from Winston over to the more traditional Rhine.
Chuckatar comes out and gets the soldier. Pharah has free reign yet again.
This is a very difficult spot if you're in Corgis, because at this point you're really in last fight. You really have no ult economy remaining.
Barrage comes out. The time gets the quick kill after the trade-off of both DPS.
Corgis are roughly even.
That is a very valuable support there. The hook misses. Mag gets the kill on D-Man Bills. And it looks like this is going to the side of Corgi. Valhalla kind of retreat here, waiting for the support to come back.
They do have the ult economy to take this back with essentially relative ease.
Zeno gets hooked out of the res. Massive hook there. And then the boop onto the Zen, only one support inside the Corgi.
The displacement coming out of Valhalla's comp just doesn't seem to be something the Corgis are prepared to deal with.
They're raining from behind on the Reinhardt. Barrage comes out, gets one. D-Man finishes up, Fred gets the other one as well. And the hook on Mag, and that looks like Trace is gonna try to stall. Mass pulse bomb gets one. With the Roadhog yet again, another pick. Tire comes out. Let's try to get them not to touch. And that is looking like a fairly lopsided fight there on the side of Valhalla. Not much they could do with the amount of pressure that Valhalla was giving to the Corgi.
Indeed. A bit of a tale of questionable ult economy out of the Corgis. Firestorm swapped, I think, twice to Soldier and then back to Junkrat, and I don't believe used an ult at all, and neither did Uravity, who swapped between Reinhardt and Winston.
Ults are very important, especially with the way the game is now. Ults can practically change a fight in a matter of seconds.
Absolutely. And we're seeing a run back of the same comp coming out of Valhalla with essentially the same thing coming out of Corgis, as we saw in the last map, with the slight change to Zen from Brigitte for Jack.
Zen is going to be a very easy target for the Pharah. Hopefully they can get some peel and they can hide behind cover.
Jack's
Matt goes down early.
Is very aggressive, and I think he's going to pay for it. Indeed he does.
A potential Reaper swap may be smart here, because Danny Yuki is doing a whole lot on that hog, not allowing any of the tanks or the DPS to even dive their backline with those awesome hooks.
Yeah, you know, you don't usually think of Hog as a space creating tank, but you're really seeing it. If they enter hook range, the hooks are landing, and while they have traditionally been using it pretty defensively, we see Danny Yuki going on the flank now. The Corgis are bottled up.
Gets two, but then dies. Will that be res? The res on Prophetic goes out. KJ gets Mag. Strife is able to get one, but Dan Yuki shuts down. Gonna try to stall out the D.Va, and D.Va off the map.
I will say, stylistically, dive has always been something Corgis have struggled with. But I do want to point out one bright spot for them. They're playing it in a more traditional fashion, but I'll say they're not as good at the style as perhaps what we're used to seeing out of them as a brawl team. But they're not trying to play brawl with dive characters either, which is a refreshing thing.
It's very hard to run dive, especially if they don't have a counter for this Pharah. Time is forced to go and contest the Pharah rather than dive with the Winston and get the early pick that they need. Pulse bomb goes out, gets to maintain.
Another high point for the Corgis.
Dang, gets striped yet again. Massive bomb of time, gets 3. Only 2 left on point. Gravity goes down, it's just time. With Junk coming back, will this be enough to get him off point? Fade used. Danny Yuki gets the kill. Ball comes out, tries to get back on point. But it looks like multiple Valhalla's here, and the barrage comes out and gets 2, gets one of the main healers, and finishes off with 3 Prophetic. Doing an absolutely amazing job of Pharah tonight. Ball coming out, spin to win, ultimate stall.
He's got the good tech spot for the infinite stall as well. But I just don't see it making a difference. And as Jack Goat falls, I think that's pretty much the end. Indeed it is.
Victory.
Not the strongest showing of Corgi Core, I must say.
Play of the game.
Cool.
Nerf this!
Quadruple kill.
Indeed.
Very interesting. They're going in the second map and not switching up their dive that they had on first map. That wasn't successful.
Time
Let's see if they'll
putting
make
up.
a swap here on the second map.
I will say a high point for Corgis. I thought Time's bomb placement, though she didn't get to use very many of them because they were very quick rounds, was pretty solid. And I thought Strife's Tracer play looked characteristically good for him. But it's just really hard to overcome just the ridiculous pressure that Danny and Prophetic were putting out. Just sort of as a, if you don't push into us, we will just poke you out with Pharah. And if you push into us, I will hook you and kill you. It was very painful to deal with. And hopefully we see the Corgis adapt in the mid-map. Or in the mid-match, sorry.
Yes. We have a lot of swaps coming out on the side of Valhalla. We're still waiting for swaps from Corgis.
So a full tank line swap, full tank line swap, full support swap coming out of Valhalla. Actually, I think D-Man Bills is the only one remaining in. Danny Yuki was in the match, so I think you're fine. Oh. Oh.
Life of a main tank right there in one statement.
I'm curious, chat. After you've seen that first map, what's your predictions? It is 1-0 to Valhalla, Semi.
I'm very interested with Numbani. Is Corgi gonna stick to the dive on the offense? Dive is very strong on this map, especially with all the high ground that there is. But as we saw, it didn't quite work out for them on the first map here.
Optimus being very optimistic, I would say, saying we're going to see Corgis just roll from here on out. KDB, on the other hand, thinks Banana and Scooter in just seals this map again for Valhalla.
No swaps on side of Corgi. Waiting for a ready here from Valhalla.
Interesting.
It seems like they will probably stick to the dive is my best answer to that, but will we see a double shield on defense? That's very strong on this map. But we have seen different things in all types of different tiers and games.
With timepiece in, that pretty strongly signals we're going to see Diva. I think Ant pretty traditionally is their Sigma and Zarya player, with Zelda Tashik out of the lineup for the season. And then I really don't know a whole lot about Valhalla. They've made some mad roster shuffling here recently. Ah, yes. Spam this dog because corgis are pog. Thank you, non-existent one. I love a good Twitch chat like spam. The copy pasta. Can we get some competing Valhalla copy pasta chat?
We have readies from both sides. Go ahead and start it whenever, Crits.
Alright. We roll into the next match.
Traveling to Mumbai.
Umbani, a very sniper-heavy map. Not particularly my favorite as a main tank and dying in half a second. But, very interesting map, a lot of high ground, a lot of chokes that can be held here. Different ways to get to point. You can go under, you can go main, you can go up top. Sim TP can basically put you anywhere. You can go far right, but we'll see what people do here.
Indeed, indeed.
Ready for
So we're seeing Corgis come out on the defense with the exact same comp we saw them run both points of Ilios.
Defensive dive, interesting choice.
I do somewhat like the Junkrat more, with high ground, defensive high ground to control. And Dive also, you know, enjoys engaging from high ground. And then we're seeing, well, who knows what we will see out of the attack to be sure. But preliminary, we're seeing that same double spam, but a new DPS lineup. And then Moira Mercy and Sigma Zarya?
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
It looks like the Sigma Zarya is the real deal.
Very interesting choice here for Corgis, not switching any type of hit scan to deal with that Pharah that was doing so much. But perhaps seeing PowerPoint, it not being prophetic and being PowerPoint, we'll see. Maybe, I don't know. They don't see the point of switching.
This is a really hard fight for Corgis to win here. They really just do not have that heads-up fight. Although we see the spam come in and Firestorm pick up an early pick.
Early pick, Sigma weak. Are we gonna chase the Sigma? He's half HP? No. The res comes out. Zarya's max charge doing a lot here. Gravity gets stuck in a room. Oh my god. Gets out of his love. Okay, it's gonna be a soft retake here outside of Valhalla. Keep on spamming. Hopefully get a lucky pick with the junk, and it does happen. And here they come, the rest of Valhalla. Bandana Jam, very high charge, doing a lot with that beam. But it gets booped off the map.
Not seeing the full reset come out of there for Valhalla really killed Corgi, because Jack was unable to re-rotate back to the high ground after he had dropped off in between fights. And it left them without a lot of fire support from this opposing high ground.
Sarah comes out, gets gravity, almost next time.
We do see a pretty strong Corgi stabilization here. And no ticks given up, albeit Barely.
Let's get you back out.
And they've successfully drained a full 2 minutes off the floor on the clock.
But we do have a lot of ults here on both sides. That time is gonna have to watch out for PowerPoint with those massive barrages. We have a right side push here. Interesting, a swap the Reaper. Probably deal with those tanks. And PowerPoint's down. Time gets the pick, but gets instantly res. Barrage comes out. Time gets the kill again.
Corgi's really coming up with the punish on this Pharah, and I don't know if it's an adjustment or it's just a different Pharah player. But either way, it's nice to see that they've made that adjustment. We do slowly see Valhalla swapping to an ever more anti-dive kind of comp, now playing Mei as well. And swapping over to the Lucio to be a little more evasive on this, what we're probably going to see Rush coming in.
Mei is a really massive pick against both of these dive characters. The moment they come in, you freeze them and they can't get out. Very smart choice there.
I would really like to see Strife off-angling more aggressively in the pre-fight. I feel like he's really just playing back and then providing close range fire.
Both support ults out for Corgis. Coalesce is doing a lot. It's just a Monkey and a Mercy against a Reaper and the rest of the team. But Strife is able to come back. Strife gets the kill on Monger. Gravity gets the kill. No supports on the side of Valhalla, just Gravity here trying to stall it out.
Say this is
even
a
if the tick is awarded, it is fine because it is not the entire point. Bomb comes out, doesn't get anyone. Fire comes out as well. Gets Living Truth, no main tank on side of Valhalla. Incredible Ether by Time, and gets the kill on D-Man. Time gets another pick. Or some Rebel gets the support, and the rest comes out.
They have to kill PowerPoint before this Blizzard comes out, and they pull it off.
Incredible recontest there by Corgis.
I was
coming in
going
last
to...
second. A lot of ults coming through, and getting the necessary pick on the junk with killing the main tank on Valhalla.
The slow play on that recontest, giving up I think 45.5%, yeah, 45% fully, and then re-engaging with ults in a pretty intelligent fashion. That was very, very clean, smart play coming out of Corgis. I was concerned that Firestorm didn't use her ult until that final recontest, so we saw one Riptire out of her in 4 minutes, and thankfully it paid off because it was super clutch in the end. But we actually saw D-Man build 2 or 3 ults total in that round, her flex DPS counterpart on the other side. I think that actually gives credit to how smart the Corgis played. They made up for, I guess not a weaker ult economy, but certainly they used significantly less ults to, I would argue, win that round than Valhalla put up in general.
Hello.
Now we have the same thing, offensive dive. And we have a Reinhardt Hog here. Reinhardt has a very tough time on this map. We'll see where they're going to hold.
I'm concerned about PowerPoint's Widow. As I say this, you know.
And gets 2 picks. Incredible job by PowerPoint.
Okay. I was getting ready to say, playing Widow into dive with a Tracer sounds like possibly the least fun thing I can think of. But he just bought, you know, a very clean, probably 45 seconds by the time this is over. So. I don't like seeing D-Man use his teleport in the pre-fight for mobility like that. I feel like that was very indecisive, and it might cost them if they need it later. But we do see the engagement coming up in Corgis.
Nothing much they could do there. A whole lot of spam through that corridor.
Gravity going in very deep, looking for this fill onto
He
Ravioli.
does get the kills. Stripe providing a lot of support there. And that is going to be a quick point.
Okay.
Interesting. With one support down, they were still able to do it.
Play of the game.
That is
Yes.
1-1. Ah, I was wondering if strength died in the plans. That would absolutely do it.
Massive freeze there.
Oh, but we do get to see the comeback hero play. 4 gold medals out of the Winston.
Epic.
You love to see it as a main tank player.
Hard work is
And 37% of team damage taken coming out of Mag. That's... Whew. This is just... I would argue that was as one-sided as the first map was in favor of Valhalla. So, well, maybe not quite that one-sided, but it was certainly a very convincing victory coming out of the Corgi core. And I think the answer to that was really dealing with PowerPoint on that attack and not letting him, you know, farm all the same values that Prophetic did.
Now we're going to another dive center map, Anubis. We'll see if Corgis make swaps or not.
Corgi's comp suddenly looks... Oh, go ahead. Oh-ho.
We have Prophetic coming back. That's interesting choice here. Incredible fair on the first round. Got swapped. Second round, and it looked down, so they're probably going to get him back in here to do incredible fair work again.
I'm interested to see. I think Corgi's comp on Anubis actually suddenly makes quite a lot of sense. Junkrat on Anubis 1 defense is
The go-to
we've
pick.
seen that.
It is.
It's been valid literally in every meta for most of the game's history. You can run
Every
Junkrat
tier of play, every meta, Junkrat on first defense is incredible. A lot of tight chokes, especially if you're running an Orisa with the pull and just the Junkrat spam coming in. It is a lot of damage for both the healers to worry about taking care of quickly.
Indeed, indeed. Are we seeing any swaps come out of the Corgi core?
We do see swaps.
Aha! So we are not going to see that dive, I predict.
My best guess is we're going to see a double shield here. Very meta defense.
In the
Potentially.
post-Bastion buff world, are we seeing a lot of Bastion play, or are we expecting it?
On this map, Bastion is...
You could go for a really high horse strat. I don't know. I'm just making small talk.
Yeah, Crits, what do you think?
This will be over very quickly if we keep seeing first point full holds and done. Indeed. I like that idea. That same well-coordinated or more coordinated dive with the... I mean, at one map, it's hard to say if there was a fair difference there, or if it was just a strategic difference. It's hard to say which, but I think both teams have definitely had one map where their team looked better put together. Crits, I think you're muted.
No.
Yeah, I don't think stream can hear you.
Ooh, can they hear me now? Stream?
We're actually blue screen right now.
Press W if you can hear me.
I'll drop a W in the chat for you. I can hear you in chat.
Let's go. Alright, so what I was saying is pretty much 1-to-1. I see Valhalla from Leos and Corey Corpse of Numbani. I just want to see if Valhalla has to put more time into a specific lineup. And I want to see just the strongest lineup out of Valhalla. And I want to see a map 5 in this game. Pretty much.
I'd be alright with that.
Did you swap sides, crits?
I already did, yeah.
Okay, cool.
League game, OwO.
So I see tank Ant coming in from Corgi. I don't know any other subs because I didn't make them. So
So we have Ant coming in for time, we have Acid coming in for Firestorm, and we have Eldritch Arcana coming in for Decalosi. Score, how dare you, is 1-to-1. Did we get Eldritch squared away, Wolf?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for Reddy's here.
Cool.
give me owner.
Yeah. Chat bug, cool. Let me fix that.
He's good now.
Well, you know, I heard chat bug, so. I had about 3 different people tell me 3 different things.
Well, yeah, they all were like, Eldritch has chat bug. Up, Eldritch chat bug. Oh, he's good now. He's good X2. You fixed the unbrokenness. Congratulations.
Pog.
To
MVP.
Egypt.
Temporary caster. We have readies from both sides. You can start whenever, Crits.
Corgi's gonna get the dubs from dealing with Valhalla scrubs. Now that's some spicy pot.
Now entering the Temple of Anubis. Initiating match.
Move to. What will we see?
I'm expecting double shield. Bastion will be a complete surprise for me. But nevertheless, Bastion's very strong on defense here.
Ready for battle.
And we do see the Bastion.
We do see the defensive Bastion.
It's same on both sides. It's gonna be an interesting duel.
With the Rhine variant, the Rhine Sigma double shield. So they're not just gonna pour resources into Ravioli Stick. They're gonna... I feel like if you're playing the Bastion cheese, you really have to hard commit to it with Orisa Sigma.
The Rhine does provide more shield, so I'm guessing that's why they went with the Rhine choice.
Numerically, that's true. We're seeing that the Orisa Rhine come out of Corgi core.
Very interesting hold here.
Defend objective
It looks like they're going from both high grounds.
Corgis are confused.
I don't think I've ever seen this myself either.
I mean, oh, but they're the longest range fight ever on Anubis 1. Teleporters down.
Where are they gonna go now?
They're coming to the high ground. They're gonna set up just the opposing teleporter and mob them. Oh, that halt from your Uravity, you are. That
And both Immors have to go down. No Immors for either side. Ant gets the kill. Swinging hammer, Sim goes down. Ravioli and Sebastian are the only people left, and it looks like... Yep. Team kill.
I was really excited to see that strategy, and then Uravity said, halt, go burr, and just yanked half the team off of the high ground, and it turns out being yanked into Ryan Orisa with a Reaper and a Sim, not where you want to be. Not the place.
We have a defensive Pharah here? Interesting.
This
Pharah
feels...
May.
Defensive Pharah feels like a... almost like a disrespect strat because of all the problems Corgis have had playing against Pharah. And I kind of like it. I don't think it's gonna work. It shouldn't work.
Master Shatter,
I would love
get
it if
3.
it does.
Actually getting 2 kills here. Ult comes out, Ashe gets 3. Shatter gets instantly schmelted. Prophetic getting the backline, but gets picked off. Looks like we're gonna get the stall characters here from inside of Valhalla. Stall characters coming out.
The ball stall probably bought. I mean, at this rate, the fight should just come back, but no, we are seeing big picks coming out. And I'm gonna say that's
Prophetic. The incredible ball stall.
the supercharger. I think has to end.
As it gets the ball. Eka comes back though. He tries to get the res. It gets pulled out of it.
Ant went exceptionally deep, but this stall coming out of Valhalla is very impressive.
Already a 1 minute stall there. Pretty good stall on the side of Valhalla.
Bastion and Sim Cheese, Corgi's deal with E.
sides.
My guy spits fire in the chat.
Actual Eminem in our chat right now.
Match.
They deserved that for playing Bastion. I read that as Bastion Goats. That stall was
Bashing
nuts.
goats is a thing right now. It's not too fun to play against, but it is a thing.
Ready for battle.
apparently, I'm just scrolling back through the chat. I missed the opening one, which was Corgi's gonna holla because Valhalla is smaller. I'm not the best one, but I respect the effort coming out. So we're seeing a Genji Pharah attack?
Interesting with the Reinhardt Hog against classic double shield here, but no jump.
Try to keep yourselves.
We're gonna see the third Pharah player coming out from Valhalla. Interesting. And they're probably not gonna have a real fun time playing against double hit scan McCree Ash.
And there it is.
For that matter, Genji's not gonna have much fun playing against McCree Ash, right? You're just gonna get dynamited and flashbanged and
rock and everything imaginable.
New Genji good, not good in this comp.
Genji going in the back line, trying to distract as best as they can.
They're successfully ignoring the Pharah, who's not really getting anything done. And I don't.
There it goes down. Asa gets 2. Genji's burning here, gonna go for Mega. Looks like it's gonna be a soft reset, maybe. Acid gets 3.
Just
Acid, incredible job here on the Ash.
We are seeing the Sombra come in and rotate up, presumably going to hack the health pack and try and one-clip Acid.
And Prophetic on the Widow now. It's gonna be very difficult with double shields, but it is very doable.
Oh,
And
well,
there's the first pick. Res comes out, no res inside of Corgi.
the needle was certainly threaded, but Ant putting up just absolute bricks.
3-man shatter. Massive shatter. K2 with the incredible shatter there to essentially give them the point. Massive 3-man shatter right past the Sigma and the shield.
I'd say that he really, like, snuck that shatter in there right after Prophetic did the same with the headshot. That was
New defense
really quite impressive.
behind the barrier.
We have ults on both sides. Whole Hog is going to be very hard to use here. Unless they get them in the back room corner or in some type of other corner, otherwise it won't do much damage. Can be used for his zoning ult though. And Eldritch gets the pick on Ravioli.
And we're going to very quickly see a full 5 ults come out of the Corgi core.
But gets killed in acid, res comes out, no res on side of Corgi, it's probably where they're going to push in.
They are still waiting for Ravioli to get back in position, only just now coming up to choke. And they're already below the time bank of the Corgi core. I do like Ant just dedicating that shield to stuffing Widow. It's very
Very low
non-interactive.
damage output on the side of Valhalla. They're running a Sombra and a Widow, massive ult, gets 3. Sombra goes down, so does K2F. Boy, that is a lot of ults used on the side of Valhalla here. Acid gets 2. Playing an absolutely insane Ash today.
Say we see Live in Truth swaps after, I believe, using the whole hog. We're seeing Prophetic swap off of the Widow, a wise choice in my opinion. Atcat used ult during that fight, and on the other side, we had a Sigma ult come out and a Baptista ult. So really, they didn't even make up any ult economy in that fight, and that's dangerous because I would argue the quality of ult used on the side of Corgi Core was lower. Although, they do have the ultimate Zhugzwang, which is UMP. Although, if you're just picking people before Sombra gets in position, it doesn't necessarily matter.
We're gonna have a massive EMP come out. And here it is. EMP gets 4. Line charges in. But it gets instantly melted. Bomb comes out. Ash's bomb gets 2. Incredible bomb placement there, zoning off the entire team from their line, not being able to go and help them.
Say, Acid's Ash has just looked stellar on this fight.
MVPs are going to be very difficult tonight. A lot of stellar work from both sides.
Valhalla are in position to set up another fight, but I would argue their diva is in very deep relative to the rest of their team's position.
You get punished very easily.
They do back out, but they're just hemorrhaging time at this point. It's going to be very difficult, even if they manage to take this point in the end.
Ravioli is trying to hack one of the shields so that K2 can go in and potentially shatter with only 1 shield to worry about compared to 2. But very good job here inside of Corgi to try to deal with that Sombra and not allow that to happen. Shatter comes out but gets blocked. Sigil comes out, gets 2, gets 3 actually. And K2 goes down. Ainun comes out. Gets the zone, doesn't get anyone.
Strife was really just feeling like he needed to build another ult, so he decided to use that one to reload.
Ravioli on point. Trying to do as much as they can, but it isn't enough. We're gonna see one final push here on the side of Valhalla to try to capture this point and hopefully send it to another set of rounds.
The offensive Junkrat feels very late here, going up against the double shield.
But we do have EMP bomb coming out here.
EMP bomb could be large.
Will they build that EMP fast enough?
We are seeing Ravioli in position, but
Sombra goes down. That's the main heal. Only 1 main heal is left. Bomb comes out. Is EMP gonna come? Only gets acid. But it doesn't kill the Bob. The Bob's still alive. Bob in the corner has a shield on him. He's doing a whole lot. K2 trying to get rid of it. But it's just getting hard focused here.
Valhalla is looking to make this drawable.
They're getting the essential picks. The Junkrat's doing a whole lot for them. Junker comes out, gets another one. Prophetic, incredible work. Moira comes out. Someone's gonna try to stall here as well. Hack the Rhine. Will it be enough? Gets hacked out of Sigil. You hate to see it. But the ball comes out. You know what balls do on this map? Spin to win.
Whatever they want.
Slam. Spider comes out. Gets 3. Prophetic with the incredible late switch to junk, making it work with 40 seconds left.
I was very skeptical of that offensive junk swap. I thought there's no way that they have the time to turn that value on. But it turned up to pay big dividends in just crushing the stall pretty decisively. Can you turn game volume down a touch, Crits? Says.
Ready for battle.
If Crits is alive, that is.
And we are not seeing the Bastion come out on the side of Valhalla, but we're going to see a very similar strat coming out of Corgi's, presumably Ant's Six Sigma momentarily.
1 tick, 4 minutes is going to be a very, very hard hold. But especially as we've seen, anything is doable in this game.
The sustain of this Corgi comp is going to be momentous. And it'll be interesting to see how they deal with it.
Defend objective A.
Sim TP right under bridge and then straight to point would probably be the smartest option here.
I was gonna say, I like the idea of the wall, but not seeing what the Corgis are doing on the other side of it's moderately terrifying. Oh, Ant takes the bait, but is not punished for it. Strife is already beaming down the Junkrat trap.
The drop on the point.
Ant down very
No
early,
shield.
but Uravity maintaining on the high ground to provide all the fire support with his healers.
No Immor on the side of Valhalla. Better gets the kill. The kills are in favor. Oh, gets massive res there in between all 6 of the players.
I'm very surprised that
Shatter comes out, gets 3. Incredible Shatter. But Prophetic is just getting kills with the back Shatter. Gets 3 as well. K2F popping off here.
From the shadows.
I think that was a classic off-tank Reinhardt kind of an error coming out of Ant. When the enemy's Reinhardt isn't dead, and you lose track of where he is, that's a bad time. Because I don't think
Especially with K2F on his massive shatters as he had today.
Yeah,
Going
even
through-
when you are tracking him, he's still sneaking in.
Yeah. Even through the double shields we saw in the first attack.
They're seeing the spawn rotation come out of the Corgi core. Very similar to what they did on first attack.
Massive hook! Gets Strife. We don't have we don't have a Mercy on the side of Corgi here, so Strife is just gonna have to get back and spawn.
Tactically, I could say Eldritch is playing very, very dangerously, poking that corner. Although you love to see Beam Bongo
Massive
really get the
freeze,
laser light
gets
show
2.
going on.
But the Immortal was insane. It saved the rest of their team. Both windows coming out. Tyre as well. Tyre's gonna be massive. Will this be
Has
enough?
to be.
The solo shatter on the hog. No, the sustain comes out. Prophetic only gets Strife. And the hog goes down.
And I think
And it
that's the
looks
map
like-
for Corgis.
That is map for Corgis.
Victory.
It is now 2-1 to the Corgi core of Valyria.
Play of the game.
Oh. Consolation prize.
Oh, this is.
Oh, but this is actually the first one.
Oh my!
that was so nice.
Oh, oh my! That impressed me. Oh my!
That was big puppy
That's
juice
what we
right there,
call
bro.
a fat slam right there.
A fatty
Incredible
chatty, bro.
work.
65% KP out of Acid. Not the highest on his team. Eldritch is coming out of here with 72% KP. Those are huge numbers. I don't remember the last time I saw 65% kill participation not be Goldie Limbs. Probably
what was the
Goats.
map that was the issue? Was it Rialto or was it was there another map? We'll just stick with Rialto until I get yelled at. Chris, if you want to swap it over to me, I'll make the swaps and all that.
Alright, yeah, but
Did you swap teams or not yet?
no, yeah, I'm just making the roster changes first.
Okay.
Is Banana Jam on specs?
Banana Jam is inside right now.
I say Banana Jam is going to DPS.
Wait, he's in?
Yeah, I'll change it here. I got you.
Wait.
And we're
Okay,
seeing
fine.
another
I can find him,
full
bro.
support.
Did you swap teams or no?
No.
Okay, I'll swap.
I was making swaps.
MTD,
Yep, that's fine.
indeed, Seth. I do think I agree with you there.
We're gonna see Sakura Sauce going from support to tank. We're gonna see Danayuki in for tank. So Valhalla taking out practically K2J, I believe, after such a really good map.
See, this is a lot of roster shuffle coming out of Valhalla.
Right, we're
And I know they're kind of a pieced together, you know, newly built, rebuilt roster, but this is... I mean, we're seeing... This is the third full support line swap I think we've seen. We've seen 3 different players, or 3 different dedicated Pharah players in 3 maps. This will be the 3rd main tank we've seen, I believe. We've seen multiple role swaps mid-match. This is all very...
I mean, we're gonna see Danayuki again,
Danny's
back on tank
hog
from
on
like
Ilios.
Ilios, and K2 was also on tank on Ilios. I believe like we're swapping out K2J. They're gonna go for a more double shield or Ursa Hawk setup from Valhalla. I like it. The last map was really good from both sides. It's still the defense from Corgi Corps was still superior, but we saw great plays from coming out from all the players, from most players. Because maybe I don't know. Saw a lot of good plays. Not gonna lie. Corgi Corps subbing in Teblin. And
They did in fact win controls, Mr.
that's
Game
it?
and Kirby. Sorry, I was answering chat. Yeah.
Alright. So it's been made Teblin only swap for Corgi Corps while Valhalla is still mixing up the team roster with the power of love and throwing it at us. And we appreciate it because we get to see a lot of stuff coming out of them. Alright.
Just waiting for Reddy's here.
What do you guys think will the result be? We're we've gone to match point to the side of Corgi Corps with Valhalla's control was really good.
A reverse sweep is always nice to see. I want to see a map 5.
I could
It'll
see
go really interesting. With,
Valhalla taking it if they go
both
to map
editions
5.
playing.
I could see Valhalla winning if they get map 5. Considering it's
I,
control.
if Valhalla finds another roster that clicks, I think they have a strong potential. That's really, like, individually, I feel like they have looked pretty strong, you know, especially back on Ilios. I haven't seen any glaring...
We have Reddy's from both sides. Start whenever.
Welcome Welcome to Rialto. Initiating match.
Teatro del canto. Bel canto.
The theater of the singing.
Now, Teblin Inn has traditionally signaled a Torb, but we're seeing Farah here, which I have been advocating. I have advocated that the Corgis need to add a Farah player to their roster, just for the sake of flexibility, even if they don't want to abuse Farah. And it seems like maybe they found one internally. We are seeing that trademark double spam comp coming out of Valhalla with the Farah junk. And then we're seeing Danny on main tank this time with Sakura on Zarya. And then defensively we're seeing a pretty traditional double shield Ashe, and then we're running a Farah alongside it.
Escort the payload.
Acid gets picked on Banana Jam early.
The Acid putting a lot of pressure on Banana Jam. PowerPoint notably almost dead, and Sakura at about 1 HP literally. Actually 1. But unable to convert any of these kills, although Acid on the big late flank. Although he is traded out.
But everyone's weak on the side of Valhalla. Cole is popped to try to keep him up and potentially pressure here. Reinhardt is very hard to play against double shield. He has to be very aggressive. Wall comes out on the side of Corgi, pressuring and gets the kill on Techno. And Devil gets the kill on Sakura. It looks like it's probably gonna have to be a reset here. And it is. Soft reset.
Come back around the corner. This is just so very difficult because you're fighting a pretty slow poke fight, especially with the Farah duel, but also with the Junkrat. And Ryan Zarya really doesn't want to play that way up against this comp. I feel like against this variant of Double Shield in particular, the Valhalla comp is very disjointed in their goals and like tempo they want to play it.
Line comes up, no bubble, goes down.
Justice reigns from above.
And Barrage doesn't seem to get anyone. Potentially zone that res.
But with the volatility of Barrage as a press Q to respawn button, I'm really not opposed to the actual zoning Barrage, which is really what we saw Tedlin put out there.
A swap to maybe a Lucio on the side of Valhalla will provide him with that speed to get past both of those shields. Otherwise, it's just going to get blocked every time, just like that. Bob comes out, and Bob is doing a whole lot. Melting everything in sight, and your gravity just cleaning up after the Bob.
Valhalla did notably make us a small bit of ult economy progress there. We saw both Maggie and Acid Rain use their ult in exchange for Danny Yuki's Shatter. We also saw Teblin really not pick up much in the way of ult charge that fight. Kind of out of position to clean up on the kills.
60 seconds remaining.
Going left side here again. Swap to dive. Interesting choice.
Sakura out of mech.
Gets D-Mac. Cole comes out a little too late. And Acid Rain gets picked.
We do see Tyre coming in on the side of Valhalla. The feed the enemy lots of... allow me to full heal 4 members of the enemy team because they're an immortality field type. An unfortunate occurrence.
We do have Barrage on the side of Valhalla. This could be a massive ult and a game changer potentially.
10 seconds remaining.
Both the DPS and Valhalla very weak.
Maggie
We
does
have
go
to
down
swap
to the dive.
Lucio Moira. Valhalla comes outside of Corgi. Justice. The shield goes past the Pharah. Unlucky there and gets killed.
Get into position.
And it looks like that was the ult they needed. They turn around here and are able to capture first point.
The dive swap and the Pharah ult really opening that up for Valhalla. Managing to dodge taking any casualties when Supercharger Baffle are on the field is majorly impressive as well.
Monkey misses his jump sadly. They pulled the point. Valhalla just riding point for free here. Not much test going on. Maggie in the back, is she gonna get caught out? No. Barely survives.
I feel like Corgi's cart control here is actually kind of across both points been a little bit poor. They are winning, maybe not to finish fights, but they're certainly controlling fights, but they're not controlling the space very well. They're trading fight wins for cart time, which is kind of the opposite of how you expect a defense to play. You take fight losses and give up cart space, but they're giving up cart space to take fight wins. So I suppose it's working for them all right in terms of ult economy, but it's very... when you're winning and losing fights both, and losing cart space, you're playing a pretty dangerous game.
60 seconds.
We still see the stick to this dive here. Monkey goes in alone and gets instantly punished. Yvonne comes on, gets tabbed. Anu comes out. Sigma eats it.
Yeah, Sigma big stuff.
Bob comes out. After Bob does a whole lot of damage. And Bob instantly melts the McCree when he gets booped away. It's a way better spot for them.
The Bob boop was kind of interesting. That was aggressive barrage.
Very, very interesting there. We have the swap to the Rhine here. A lot more aggressive. A lot more of an aggressive comp. Boots on the floor type of comp.
When 10 seconds left, they're gonna have to... Yeah, I don't...
They got the touch with the Diva, it's fine.
You did get the touch. Maggie out there being bloodthirsty.
That's doing a lot on that off angle.
Acid's picked up a lot of off-angle activity on this map. He hit like a 5-man dynamite in one of the very first fights that really kind of just sealed it.
This is gonna be a very, very hard MVP to choose. I don't know. I'm on the fence when it comes to every MVP in every category for right now.
Yeah, this is...
Initiating match.
Massive plays coming out just from both sides at necessary points in each game. Tough fight, close fight here. Very good hold. Only got the first point, almost got the second. It's going to be a tough hold depending on what DPS and supports they play here. I'm expecting double shield because that is probably the strongest lineup to hard hold a defense with. And it looks like, yeah, we will have a Rhine Orisa here. This is
the mirror.
Almost a mirror. Yeah, very interesting choice not having a Mercy but having a Moira in. I guess the fade to stay alive trumps the res, but we'll see. With Rhino Orisa, we're probably going to be seeing a lot of pull fire strikes, and that's how this double shield works. Compared to a Sigma and Orisa, which is more just swapping shields back and forth, and Sigma can do damage whenever he wants.
The lack of mercy is when you have two DPS that really like being mercy pocketed.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice the Sarah. Yeah, that's gonna be very hard. PowerPoint here.
Although
it gets the kill on Acid, that's the pick that they needed. Looks like they're gonna give up space here. PowerPoint gets free reign because Acid's still in spawn. Both out here from both sides, trying to melt both shields.
Banana Jam on the high ground causing some burning pains for the
Massive Shadow coming out, and there it is. Gets 4, but the Immortal saves 1. Also gets the Nano, just swing R2 for the win. Gets 1 more. Incredible work by Ant there.
This is not
And when you have Gravity main tanking for you in this Orisa Ryan comp, you really kind of get to live your best life as the off-tank Ryan, because he'll set you up for such success. The big pulls for you to fire strike, you know, he'll group people with his Hulk for you to
Shadow
swing
gonna come out
into.
here. Or not, and we're just gonna keep the Shatter. Massive fire strike, gets 2 with that, and the Pharah.
The big team kill,
The Cole and fire strike was enough.
really leaving Valhalla in a pretty strong position in terms of ult economy. They're looking at 4 ults up against Corgi's. I'll generously
2,
give
3?
them 2.5-ish.
Yeah. The Bob is massive there. That's it is a 7th player coming in on your team that does a whole lot of damage.
We are going to see the Bobs probably come up about the same time. This is an aggressive. Okay. I thought the Corgis rotated 1 level further, and I was going to say, holy cow, that is. But I like this.
Drop behind them here with the bongo. Shadow gets blocked. Probo blocked by Ant. Anti comes out, gets 3. Bob comes out. Both Bobs. Just doing lots. It looks like Acid's Bob is just doing a little more. And Ant is just able to R2 for the win yet again. And we have 1 final hold here, 4-minute hold.
Ant's Reinhardt reminds me of possibly one of my all-time favorite Reinhardts. And that was Sinatra's Reinhardt in World Cup 2018, where they ran Winston Diva and then ran Ryan as a DPS, because that's really what Ant is, the show he's putting on this evening, is just huge damage and fire strikes. And Danny
choosing
Yuki
to
as
give
well.
up a lot of card space. Very interesting. With a 4-minute hold, they have to hold as close as they can and not give up this card space.
We're already seeing Acid putting giant.
Shadow gets blocked by the Orisa shield. But the incredible res comes out, gets Ant back up, Ant's able to just R2 again. But it goes down quickly with the bongo and the coalescence coming out.
I'm not gonna lie, I think the bongo, either the bongo or the coalescence might have been an overcommittal there. They do have such a commanding ult economy lead, it might not matter in the long term. But after they
with Cole is, you can get a Cole very quickly, so I understand the Cole option. But the bongo is certainly an ult that takes a while to build up and is very powerful when it's put down. Someone gets picked up with Banana Jam. Shadow comes out, gets 1. Just back and forth here, Ash doing a lot. Both Ryan survive, 1 goes on the other side. I've never seen that, okay. But it looks like
that's probably the map.
That's game. Yeah, Acid just cleaning up here. And that is game. I honestly thought they both went in the river, but it looks like they both survived. That was quite an interesting charge there.
Yeah,
they
the
both
full-
landed
The game.
on a ship, and then one swing
Yeah,
killed.
one got booped off, right, with the hammer?
Yep. Or just simply
Yeah.
walked off, which is what I saw. Which is what I hope didn't happen.
Yeah, I didn't have my camera on. I just saw that they both survived. I was expecting to see the kill cam.
Let's
the kill
just
feed
let
come
the
up?
viewer decide. Anyways, that is a 3-1 take by Corgi.
Now comes the hardest part.
That was.
Um,
It's made even harder by the fact that we saw like 17 different players and position combinations come out of Valhalla.
yeah. Man. I don't know.
On DPS, I really
Do
like.
we want to go DPS? DPS is.
I really liked Acid
It's
and
hard.
Prophetic because they
I'm
made.
between those two as well.
Yeah, they made really big plays out of both of them. You do have to give two
Acid-
to Corgi, so.
Man.
Well, let's do this in the unfun way. Is there anybody else on Valhalla that we would are really high on to give a different MVP to? Because if we're not,
KJ?
then I think
No,
that's true.
K2, yeah, K2FJ, F1J.
That's true.
K2 did a really good job on Anubis. Oh man. And Danny Yuki with his incredible hog on Ilios.
Yeah,
This is
Chad
tough.
is
Oh my
screaming
God.
Acid. Chad is out here making its voice be heard by screaming
Bing
Acid, Acid,
bang.
Acid.
Always the same. Corgi's winning the game. I like it. Not that true this year though. And they haven't been
Very-
the
very middle of the
dominant
pack.
juggernaut.
for this team. Oh man, I don't know.
You guys know my
what
hot
do you
take?
think on the support line?
Eldritch's last nade on Rialto was really big. On
feel
capping
like-
point A.
For sure in the Immort, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, Eldritch's Immorts. Maggie put up a pretty strong showing across all the maps, putting clutch reses. It's really hard to say anybody on Valhalla just due to the fact that I think they ran 4 different support lines.
Yeah.
And it's like nobody, I think, had time to really build a lasting
Alright, so
impression.
I like to say Eldritch, mostly because I saw the Ana and I was satisfied. As an Ana one trick here. Yep.
You know, I'll go with you, but an honorable mention to Mag had some pretty good reses.
Indeed,
But
Necro.
I'll go with you, Chris. You're the support specialist among us.
I feel like
I
the rest is really good, but like I'm an Anabaptist specialist. So I'm gonna go
Yeah.
really biased
Yeah,
and
I
say
feel you. Yeah.
Eldritch, from my opinion.
All right, so we have Eldritch with the support pick. That means, would you like to go to tank potentially here, or DPS? I don't know.
I
Because
love
what I'm thinking is Acid for DPS
in K2.
and Danny Yuki for tank. Because that hog was spicy.
I mean the shadow is on Anubis though.
Yeah, or F2
Yeah, the
or
shadow.
K2. My bad, or K2.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's K2.
Personally, I'd pick K2 because I'm a Ryan main. But then again, I don't want to be biased. So
Well,
whatever you
no,
guys
that's-
choose.
Well, I feel like Danny, K2, Uravity, and Ant all have like pretty legitimate claims, and it's
Don't make it harder, please.
Yeah.
it's already hard enough.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know.
Let's
I
go
just find it
ahead.
very impressive to shatter between 2 shields. That was just,
I
you
agree.
know.
That is-
I'm giving it to
good
K2.
with I'm good with the K2 Acid Eldritch lineup.
Yeah, I can agree to
K2
that.
Acid, yep. That sounds good to me.
Yep. Alright, well.
Very tough. A lot of honorable mentions. Like incredible work by both these teams.
Bro,
but
yeah. Uravity and Danny Yuki.
I have to commemorate the shield, the shadow between two shields. That's an incredible work there.
I'd like to say that most, if not all, okay, I can say all tanks really did really well. At least in my opinion.
They did an incredible job. It was very hard picking it. This is that one play that set the bar a little bit higher for us to pick it.
Prophetic. Yeah, we mentioned you earlier when we discussing DPS because your tires are ridiculous. Your fair and your tire on like I think it was Anubis, was it? That tire alone basically guaranteed the chance to overdraw. So.
All right, so we'll go with Eldritch on support, Acid on DPS, and we have K2 on the tank MVPs.
Sounds good.
I can. Yeah. I'd give the honorable mention to Danny Yuki with a hog. If that's
My
okay with
honorable
you.
mention for tank would have been Ant.
Okay, yeah, I cannot disagree. Both of them
I'm
are really good.
I'm probably gonna have to. I'm
Don't
probably
put
gonna
it.
have to give it to Time. She had some massive bombs first couple maps, but I have to give it to somebody at Shadows Between Two Shields. Like that just impresses me. It's an incredible work there.
Let's just not put an honorable mention because we're gonna start fighting again.
We're gonna get yelled at.
By everyone. This was such. It was
Alright,
still
well,
a really good match from both teams. Who wants to do the
incredible
outro?
match. Yeah, you got the script though. We are awful at this.
Okay, so we're just wrapping it up. Anybody have any closing? Anybody want to plug anything?
Chris Make
There's a
on
match happening right now
yeah,
I
and
said,
Chris Make on Twitter
on the other
and
channel.
Twitch and YouTube. Hey,
So
Match
yeah,
happening right now on the other channel.
let's hurry up and
no.
end so we can watch that game.
Exactly.
so thank you all for coming and watching. We appreciate it. We hope you had a good time. This was an excellent match. Everybody looks good, I thought. I hope you all had a fun time. I'm joined by Wolf Damos and Crits.
Big.
Catch you guys around.